Welcome to the Merle on the Move radio show podcast. Welcome to the program. Here I am again with another live show, streaming show, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you're watching this, check it out. I'm live right now. Anyway, topics I'm going to go over today: football, playoffs, back. Yeah, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to go over the playoffs, the teams that played today, the teams that's playing tomorrow. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties. Yep, got it back. Anyway, so I'm gonna go over that and yeah, there we go. Anyways, I'm gonna go to playoffs. I'm gonna go over the teams that's playing today. I'm gonna go over the teams that's playing tomorrow. Also, I'm gonna go over coaches changes. NFL, a lot of coaches got fired, quit, retired, whatever you want to call it. They ain't with the teams that they were with before. So I'm gonna go over that. Also, topics. I'm gonna tell you all the topics. So that's in sports. I'm gonna go with that. Not really basketball. I'm gonna get more into that in depth later on because right now, really basketball ain't really popping right now. The Lakers won the other day, I think. Maybe I don't know. They've been losing a lot, but Golden State looking really bad. Phoenix looking good. So we'll see. Anyway, so I'm gonna talk about the entertainment. I'm gonna talk about Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, the journalist for ESPN. He went in. He's got his own podcast on YouTube. Shout out Stephen A. Smith. I like you. I like Stephen A. Smith. He's got his own podcast. He's on First Take. I think that's his show. He owns First Take, I believe. But yeah, he went on Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is also a sports analyst. He was on Around the Horn on ESPN and a couple other shows. I don't think he ever hosted a show, but he kind of seemed like a sellout back then. When we talk about what Stephen A. Smith, he was cussing him out, calling him all kind of bitchs and all kind of stuff. I know I can say that word, but I don't want to say it. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. Also, my man Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay Shay, on Club Shay Shay. No, he was on. Was it on Club Shay Shay? No, he was just on his the Nightcap, his podcast. The name he stole from Merle. I ain't gonna say he stole from Merle. You ain't heard from me, but I had that name first. But anyway, he went in on Steven Jackson. Because Steven Jackson was hating on him on that cat interview. So I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. Also, I'm gonna talk about 21 Savage new album, and he's got a movie. Donald Glover is playing 21 Savage, a couple other people in it. It's a movie documentary. I don't know if it's like biopic or nothing like that, but there's a movie coming out. I think he's in it too or something. He got a video about it. It's kind of dope, but his album's out. His album is dope. You hear it right now. It's in the background. I'm telling you, I've been listening to it. It's dope. He got a song called Red Rum, which is Murder Backwards. That one right there. That's the one. So I'm talking about him a little bit. The Game also has an album out. I'm talking about the movie Book of Clarence. So a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. I'm talking about, of course, the Caucus, blah, 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 blah. So it's Merle on the move. I'm going to keep it going on. Take a little powerful in the demonstration. I'll be right back. Let's get right to it. Back into it. So anyway, let's get into it. So let's go over the games today. So you had the Cleveland Browns play the Texans, the Houston Texans, and yeah, Cleveland got smoked. The score was 14-45. The Texans put it on. I didn't watch that game. It was an early game. I did not watch that game, but shout out to them. So they're moving on in the AFC. I don't know who they're going to play until tomorrow. Tomorrow will determine who's going to play who. I don't have the little bracket up in front of me right now. We have on ESPN right now. But right now, the Chiefs won 25-7. This is the AFC. I'm really not tripping over the AFC right now. My game is tomorrow. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, the Chiefs look good. It was cold. It's cold. You might hear the furnace going on in here because it's so cold here in Iowa. It's like 35 wind chill, negative 45 wind chill, 42, something like that. Actual temperatures like -8 or -9. It's like that. And the snow. And it's going to be worse tomorrow. It's going to be like temperature -15, -16, wind chill like 50, -50, something like that. It's crazy. But anyway, so they played outside, and I don't think the Dolphins can put up with that cold. I think that cold was putting it on them. That cold was doing it to them. That was the problem. I watched that game. I didn't see. I watched the second half. I didn't watch the first half. And it was on the NBC, whatever they streaming platform is. Peacock. It was on Peacock. I got it because I got all the channels. I got the ticket. I got all that streaming. I got all that. But anyways, I got to watch it, but I didn't start watching to the second one, because I'll tell you why. Because shout out to my man Pac-Man, little Pac-Man, my son. His birthday was Tuesday actually, but his birthday party was today, and we had the water gel blasters. All his little friends, some of his friends from his school last year, and since we moved here, we've been here 2 years now. His friends from this school this year actually showed up. So he had friends from his old school, friends from his new school, and they showed up in this winter storm. This neighborhood, come on, neighborhood kids, other kids came other side of town. Parents bought them, showed up. Great time. So shout out to Pac-Man, my son, on your cake day, your birthday, and your celebration. We had a great time. Glow party, at the glow lights, black lights, flashing lights. Everything was neon. The glow darts with the pellets, the power with the gel blasters. Great fun. The water beads blasting. You turn the, go from little pellets in the water. It's dope. Great time. Automatic. We had the automatics, the single shots, the shotgun. Took pictures. It was a great time. So once again, shout out to my son, little Pac-Man. So yeah, tomorrow's one's gonna be going down. No, tomorrow is the NFC. The NFC is gonna be going down. I'm having problems with my mic today. I'm gonna work with this a little bit. Work with the people. There we go. All right. So tomorrow's the Rams. The Rams and the Cowboys play, because I gotta talk about Cowboys. Like Cowboys fans out there, I still don't understand y'all how y'all talk so much and y'all ain't won nothing. I mean, I know if y'all win, if the Cowboys win tomorrow, you're gonna be talking a whole lot. If the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, whoa, y'all gonna be talking. Ain't nobody gonna be to stop y'all. Y'all gonna be talking so much, right? And I get it, and we gonna let y'all have that, because y'all been waiting. If y'all win the Super Bowl, woo-wee, if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, it's gonna be like, next 30 years is, y'all got to win for the next 5 years, because y'all ain't gonna stop talking. I believe when I see it. If y'all make it to the Super Bowl, that's an accomplishment. If y'all win tomorrow, that's an accomplishment, because y'all ain't won in the playoffs. I'm not expecting y'all to beat Green Bay. I'm not expecting you. I'm expecting Green Bay to whoop y'all in Dallas. I don't know if they can. They got a young quarterback. That defense of Dallas is good. You got to show up, though. The pressure going to be on. We're going to see. If the Cowboys win, that's going to be big. Y'all going to be talking. If y'all lose, then what? Oh, next year, we're going to do it next year. The refs cheated us. Blah, blah, blah. Because y'all got over on the lines. Y'all got over on the lines. So I don't want to hear it. So anyway, so my Rams play tomorrow, too. We play the Lions. And it's in Detroit. I believe it's in Detroit. We're going to win that. Matthew Stafford, you know what I mean? Going back to Detroit, playing against who we traded for, our number one pick, Jared Goff. Jared Goff got the Rams to a Super Bowl, but couldn't win it. We could have won that Super Bowl. We should have had 3. Actually, we should have had 4 Super Bowls. Every Super Bowl we went to, we should have won. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Rams fan. I'm saying because the first one we won, yeah, we won. And Torrey, you remember Isaac Bruce stretched out against the Tennessee Titans and got that touchdown. Boom, we earned it. Second Super Bowl against the Patriots, they cheated us on Spygate. We would have won that game too. They cheated us. Then the third time we went to the Super Bowl was with Jared Goff, and he didn't play good. He did not play good. We had Ty Gurley, Jared Goff did not play good. That's why they got rid of him. We got Matthew Stafford. We went back to the Super Bowl for the 4th time, and we won. I believe that's my man Key Glock. That's my favorite rapper. But the last 2 years, Key Glock has been my favorite rapper. Anyway, so back to these Rams. So Matthew Stafford is a winner. He's going to go. He's going to win. He's going to win that game. We're going to win that game. Now, I don't know where we're going to go after that, because it's going to be hard. But we're going to win that game tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's all I want to talk about. So I'll talk about these coach changes, and we're going to move on. So Seattle Seahawks coach is gone. I can't think of his name. He's a coach at USC right now. I can't think of his name right now. Pete Carroll. That's his name. Pete Carroll. He's no longer the head coach. He's going to be a consultant. I don't know what that means. That means he's just around. They're just paying him just to be around until he finds another job. Bill Belichick, all the OG coaches. Bill Belichick is also gone from the New England Patriots. Brady got the upper hand on him because Belichick never won a Super Bowl without Tom Brady, but Tom Brady won a Super Bowl immediately after leaving Bill Belichick. So that speaks volumes on Tom Brady. That makes him his GOAT status even more. Unless Bill Belichick goes somewhere else and build another winner, and I don't see that happening in your old age. You're like 72, bro. Unless you go to like Buffalo, maybe Buffalo, because Buffalo might lose tomorrow, can't get over the hump. Maybe Bill could go to Buffalo. Anyway, shout out to my man Mike Tomlin for the Steelers, doing his thing. 17 years, the winning season. Every season, he's been a head coach for the Steelers. Great organization. That's how you do it. But yeah, tomorrow's a big day. We'll see what's going on with that. Who else? There's another coach. Mike, my man from Tennessee. I just was talking about it. Used to be the defensive player for the Patriots. Mike, what's his Vrabel? Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel. Yeah, the Titans fired him too. So he gone. Seattle's gone. Coach is gone. The Raiders coach might be replaced because he was an intern coach anyway. He was a defensive player for the Giants, and he was assistant with the Raiders when they fired their coach. So they gave him a job for a minute. Antonio Pierce is his name. See, look, I'm good. I know these names. Antonio Pierce is the interim coach for the Raiders, and I don't think they're going to give him the job. But they talking about Bill Belichick may go out there. The hoodie. Pete Carroll, I don't think Pete Carroll will be good in the Raiders. The hoodie might not be bad going out there. What other coaches? I think a couple other coaches. The Bears, they keep their coach. I don't know. San Diego. I don't know. Anyway, who cares? The coach for the Miami Heat, Eric Spoelstra, got a deal. I think he was getting divorced, so they didn't give him all his money. When the divorce was finalized, they made him the richest coach in NBA history. Gave him a big contract. So shout out to Eric Spoelstra. I don't care about the Heat, but shout out to him. But something else I want to go on real quick. It was entertainment. It was the sports wise. I was talking about Shannon Sharp. I don't know how I got back on sports real quick. So Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith. Let's talk about that. Stephen A. Smith. Let's go on there. So Stephen A. Smith is a commentator, like I said, for First Take on ESPN, and he got into. I ain't gonna say got into. He was baited into a back and forth with this guy named Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock used to do he's a sports commentator and I think a reporter. I don't know what news outlet he worked for, but currently he works for like some far left political internet streaming station or something like that. I forget what it's called. Stephen A. Smith says what it's called. If you want to check it out, I don't know what it's called. But he's like the token guy on the show, and that's the role he portrays. Stephen A. Smith gives a breakdown of his background a lot better, but look it up if you want. But I've seen the guy. I've seen him before this, years before. I didn't know who he was. I just watched, because I watched Around the Horn on ESPN, so I've seen him on there before. I've seen him on Fox before also. I think he had a show with Marcellus Riley. That's Marcellus Wiley, defensive player. He played for San Diego. I think he played for the Cowboys a little bit too. Marcellus. But yeah, I think he had a show with Jason Whitlock. I don't think they got along. And he had some dealings with the lady from ESPN, man, Jamel Hill. So anyway, so they had some back and forth. But anyways, Stephen A. Smith lit him up. I mean, he called him all out his name, all of them sat down, I guess, because the guy had said some stuff about him. So it couldn't be slander, because I thought it was slander. Wade was going at it. But it couldn't be slander because the guy said some stuff about him first. So instead of him hitting for slander, he's like, you know what, if you want to do that, I'm going to do this for the one time. He told his bosses and everybody, and he went on it. So the dude had, the reason why, because the Whitlock guy said some stuff about Stephen A. Smith's book. Stephen A. Smith told some stories in the book. I haven't read it, but he said in the book that the Whitlock guy said that Stephen A. Smith said when he was going to college, historic black college, Winston-Salem, I think is what it is, Winston-Salem University in Carolina, North Carolina, I think. He tried out, was a walk-on, and hit 17 three-pointers straight. Never before he's ever did that, and never after that. But at that particular day, in front of the coach, he hit 17 straight three-pointers. And dude was saying that was cap. And it could be. He could embellish that. It's a story. You know what I mean? I don't think you got to be right on the number. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, like 17 of them. You know what I mean? I was shooting them threes, but I couldn't, man. I was shooting from like 50 foot on them. He might shoot from 25 foot, but it felt like 50 foot. The moment was so big, it felt bigger than what it was. You telling the story, you got to read his book. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to put his life on it. He ain't saying, I'm betting you money on it. You know what I'm saying? He might hit 17, he might hit 10. He might hit 10 of them. You know what I mean? He might have hit 2, missed 1, hit 7 back to that. You know what I mean? I don't know. But the point is, he got a scholarship and he played ball. What did you do, Jason Whitlock? Like, why you calling cap on this man? Like, you trying to clout chase, try to get your name off another person's. Come on, like, I don't get it, man. Hey, shout out to Stephen A. Smith for calling that dude out for that. Anyway, some other things he was trying to clout chase him on and all that, man. Why you buy his book and read his book? Evidently, you read it. Stephen, you're doing your job. They're reading your book, bro. And if you watch the video on YouTube with Stephen A. Smith talking about, he actually like promotes the book while you watching it. Smart marketing, man. Salute you, bro. Salute you. So anyway, so my man Uncle Shay Shay, I feel funny calling Shannon Sharp because he's not too much older than me. But anyways, shout out Shannon Sharp. He went in on Steven Jackson because Steven Jackson actually made some comments on YouTube. He didn't name drop Shannon Sharp, but he was talking about the Cat Williams interview and how Shannon Sharp, if Cat would have came on All the Smoke, which is his platform with Matt Barnes, that Cat, they wouldn't have let that happen. Cat wouldn't have getting out of pocket saying all this stuff about other celebrities they got relationships with. They would have shut it down. That Shannon was off, his inexperience in this, on this platform, on this level, caused that to happen. Is what Steven Jackson was basically saying. He didn't say it in that term, but he basically was saying that's what was hate. And I'm on Shannon's side. He didn't do nothing. Cat was talking. And if this is my guest and he's talking, it's my duty to allow them to. I'm not supposed to be fumbling and getting off. Because if I do that, if I step all over that guy's toes, if I step all over and cutting him off, that can shut him down. That can change the whole course of the interview. Because, okay, well, now they're going to be reserved. Now they're going to not talk. Now the interview can go a whole nother way. But if I allow them to talk and I just ride with them, long as I'm not siding with them, I'm not baiting them, I'm not trying to entrap them or trying to get them to say things, or, you know what I mean? If I see it's going away and I'm trying to keep it going a negative way, if I'm not doing that, I'm just giving this person an open platform to dialogue, a safe space to say what you want to say. I'm not judging you. I'm going to let you get it out. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm bringing you on for. I'm bringing on for you to talk. Whatever you want to talk about. You know, let me a little bit about you as much as you want. I think Shannon handled that right. And I watched the whole interview, 2 hours before everybody was in one on the bandwagon. And he gave him the latitude to say the things he wanted to say. Shannon did try to change the course a couple times after he would allow him to talk. When it was Shannon had a chance to talk, he would try to steer the conversation in other ways. And Cat would call him out for it. Cat was calling him. He said, how dare you? You gave these guys a platform. You gave these guys a chance to say these things. Allow me to do it. You know what I mean? He was saying some other things, calling him out on that. So, Shannon, salute once again. You did a great job. And you are a great journalist on this medium. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe not on the books and on the internet, but doing it, commentating, yeah, Shannon, you that guy. I mean, you was doing it before. You know what I'm saying? This YouTube thing is new to you, but it's nothing like when you was on CBS. When you was on CBS, bro, I was watching you then. You know what I mean? When you was on CBS, Shannon, I thought you was good then. You had big personality. Boom, them couldn't handle that big personality. Phil Sims and Boomer Esiason, they couldn't handle that big personality. You was too much of a noob. They couldn't handle the Hennessy and the Black and Miles, the wine tips. They couldn't handle it, Shannon. But now on your platform, you can reach the people that's looking for you. The people that's looking for you, Shannon, we're looking for you. We subscribe, put on notifications. We on you. You know what I'm saying? Now Ocho, I got to say something about Ocho. I got to say something. You ain't it. You're not clicking with You're not clicking with Shannon, bro. You're not it. And I like you. And I'm not knocking you as a person or a podcaster. I used to watch you when you was on I Am Athlete, Chad. See? I watched you when you was on Athlete on I Am Athlete. And I liked you on that. I watched you, Chad, when you had that show with T.O. Yeah. I remember you and I watched several episodes when they was coming out. And I thought that was good. You was good on that. But on this, I don't know if you got too much going on. You don't really be in tune. You don't really have your own take on a lot of things. And sometimes when you do have your own take, it's way out there, bruh. And I'm gonna reel you back in, and then you change your take. That ain't what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be some good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both athletes. You're supposed to have your own take and stand on it, but make sure it makes sense. And that's what get you. Because you will have a take, but it don't make sense. So he talk you off that ledge. You finna fall off that ledge with your take. Your take is so way out there, Chad Ocho Cinco, that you be finna fall off the cliff. And gotta wheel you back in. So then you realize, you're like, I'm finna fall off the cliff. Oh, thanks. Oh, all right, I got you. I'm with you. And that ain't gonna make the show good. Because now we just listening to Shannon. And basically kind of make you look like, dang, dude, you ain't really, this ain't for you. And not on every episode, not all the time, but a lot of the time. Like you watch, and not the clips, like not the 10 and 15-minute clips y'all be putting up on YouTube. I'm talking about when y'all the full episodes and not the live, because you watch the live, you ain't getting the whole thing. When they post the whole thing, if you go watch the whole thing and you watch Chad and you cool when Shannon doing his thing. He together, boom, 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 boom. Chad, you got paper, invest in your background and all that. You know what I'm saying? I see the soccer jackets and the soccer background, but you a football player. I know that's your passion and that's what you're supposed to have in your spot. But bruh, people really don't know you like that. Shout out to the commercial though, the Super Bowl commercial you got going on with the video and the rapping. You can't rap though. But I like it. I see you doing things. Shout out to Yocho Cinco. But anyway, let me move on. I hung on that a little bit too long. I don't know why. I went on that. 21 Savage. I like 21 Savage. Not my favorite rapper, but one of the rappers I listen to, one of the rappers I like. And he's been hot for a while. 21, he ain't changed his style. A Lil Baby got a new album out, some new songs. I don't know if it's a whole album or not. 21, he hasn't changed his style, but his songs don't sound the same. You know what I'm saying? He still say 21, 20, 21, 21, 21 in all his songs, but all the songs sound different to me. I like almost every song he put out, pretty much. Real talk, 21 Savage can rap. And his new album is not lacking. It's on top. He got songs with Lil Durk. He got songs with everybody. He got a song with the female called The Scientist. Her name is what was the singer's name? What was Nick Cannon was married to? Mariah the Scientist. That's a chemist, something like that. Mariah the Chemist, Mariah the Scientist, something like that. It's dope though. Anyway, 21 Savage, check it out. And he got a new film coming out too. I was telling you about that. I don't know when it drops. It's not out yet though. Speaking of films, let's talk about the Book of Clarence. The Book of Clarence is coming out. It's got my man Lakeith Stanfield playing in it. He's the star. I think he is Clarence. He plays, I think, two parts because of Clarence. I think it's a twin somehow in there. And it's biblical. It's based on a story from the Bible, but it's not based on that story, I guess, word for word. I don't think. I could be wrong. It's produced by Jay-Z, same people that made he helped produce that movie, a Netflix movie, the Western, forget what it's called. I can't think of it. Anyway, so I'm gonna check that out. I think it's out currently. I'm not sure, but I think it's out currently. So check that out. Like I say, it's kind of biblical. It's based on Jesus and God, something like that. It's a different take. Got a lot of backlash. There was an interview on the Breakfast Club with the guy that produced it. It sounded like really cool dude. You can check that interview out too. But it gets like the background how the Christian community was kind of coming out of him, coming at him and things like that. So anyway, also in entertainment, before I get off of it, I want to talk about, I have to talk, because last week it was not an episode of Raising Canaan. So I want to talk about, before I get out of here and get on to something else, I want to talk about this week's episode of Raising Canaan. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, I'm about to tell you about it. You might want to fast forward about 45 seconds or so. But anyway, getting right to it. Last episode, y'all seen what happened to Joey Badass, my man Unique. You seen what happened to him, his brother. That dude's crazy. Man, that dude is crazy. Ronnie is crazy. Ronnie's that dude in the hood. You like, man, I ain't even finna talk to you, bro. I'm not even standing next to you, bro. I'm not even finna make eye contact with you, bro. You that dude. Like, I'm hand on the pistol, off safety around you, bro. Like, if I got a shank on me, I got a blade on you, man. It's unleashed. It's in my hand, bro, around you, bro, because that's who you is. You spooky, bro. And anyway, so this episode was about him, uh, and Rock finna get back in the game. Marvin, Raising Kanan is a good show. Only thing I don't like about this season is Kanan talking. Stop trying to act like 50. Stop talking like him. I get it because that's supposed to be the character, but it's an overreach. It's so weird, man. You a kid, bro. Like, be happy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard. They say that 50 Cent in his life, he wasn't happy. His mama died young. That's his mom in the show. I mean, come on, she ain't dead yet. Like, bruh, like, you was happy when he went to the club with the girl. You know what I'm saying? I seen that, but you trying too hard to sound like 50. You're trying too hard to have his mannerisms, bro. I ain't feeling it. You kind of got the look. Just talk a little bit less. Trying to be over it, man. You're overdoing it, bro. You're overcooking it. You nuking it. You microwaving it too long. It's all messed up. But anyway, I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but that's a great show. You should check that out if you get a chance. Very, very good show. The Caucus. Before I get out of here, let's talk about the Caucus. The Caucus is Monday. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. It's just a scam. The government scams you on everything. What I mean by that, I'm not saying the government as a whole. I'm talking about this caucus thing. And if you can believe the government as a whole scam you too, because I wouldn't deny it, I'd probably be in agreement. But let's talk about this caucus thing specifically. If you're not a registered Republican, you can't caucus. So it's a lot of people that's not going to show up. So this is not a fair representation of the people that support Republicans. It says there's a report here on CNN, and I pulled up Fox too, by the way, because I don't just drink the Kool-Aid, even though I make good country town lemonade, and I might add a pack of Kool-Aid in it. So I make it very well. I don't just drink Kool-Aid. I make sure I know what's going on. I check the time and temperature, so I check both sides. You know, just if I watch Fox, I'm watching CNN. I'm watching CNN. Watch MSNBC. I'm gonna see them all. You know what I'm saying? Or watch one news component, and watch the other one. So anyway, based on that, they say that Iowa's most important poll has set the expectations for the GOP caucuses. And overall, 40% of likely caucus goers say that former president would be their first choice in a final poll by Des Moines Register NBC News Mediacom final. Yeah, I told y'all that. But this is what Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis is hoping. They hoping that Trump gets charged with some of these charges, and the Supreme Court does not say because he was sitting president when this happened that he has immunity from these charges. That's what Trump is hoping. Trump is hoping that because all these charges that's coming up against him currently happened during his presidency. Okay, so if he was president, he should have immunity over all that. And if the Supreme Court be like, since there's no presidents, it's never happened before, we have to set the precedent. So yeah, we're gonna say this now for you, but going forward, any president do it going forward is gonna be woo 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 woo. That's what's gonna happen. That's what Trump is hoping. If that happens, boom, he running full steam ahead for the election. If that don't happen, if for some reason the Supreme Court be like, nah, we're kicking it back down, because they don't even have to agree. They don't even have to be like, nah, it was okay, or no, it's not. They can just say it ain't enough here and kick it back down to the lower courts. And if it goes back to the lower courts, they can get rid of him. They can charge him. And they have to find a whole nother reason to take it back to the Supreme Court. And I don't think they're going to find it. And if it goes back to the lower court, they're going to get him and they're going to pull him out. And he ain't going to be able to run because he's going to be doing some time. Because he's going to actually have charges against him. I mean, he already got charges. Convictions. He could be convicted. Trial for the trial convicted. He can't be president. And then Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis going to be like, hey, hand up in the air. Here I am. See, I told you. That's what they're hoping. But that's a big hope. That's a long shot. Because he definitely ain't going to pick y'all. I know I said a couple of weeks ago that they was trying to pander. They was pandering to be his running mate. He ain't finna pick neither one of them. He's not going to be neither one of them. They're going to pick up some hardline conservative and then some crazy strategic person. That's who he rock. He's not rocking with them. And I keep saying, I don't dislike Trump, but boy, that dude is not for me. He is not for me. I can't get down with people that ain't for the people. You're not for the people, you for the agenda. And agendas get people in problems. Agendas cause wars. Agendas cause famine. Agendas cause recessions. Agendas causes prohibition. Agendas cause the assassination of people. Some of the stuff that's going on here in uh, 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 in Palestine. So yeah, so United States military sent some plane strikes over Yemen today because I guess some of the cargo ships here in the United States, I get not in the United States, but in that area in that region, were being hijacked and boarded and stuff like that. So the United States sent a message again, bombing over there, and some of the protesters here in the United States was at the White House, in front of the White House, protesting and started throwing stuff at the police and that. They want Israel to stop fighting and bombing Hamas in Palestine or in Gaza, and Hamas is still fighting back. So it's like, well, it's like you want us to stop, but they still fighting back, and they want y'all to lay down, bro, and they don't want to lay down. And I get it. What are you supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? That's the question. See, and then nobody gonna answer because it's too hard. Because there's too many uh, people of faith on both sides. You got Muslims, you got Jewish people, and that's what it is. Well, and you got that everywhere in the world. The Muslim and the Jewish population is some of the biggest populations in the world. So what are you gonna do? I'm talking about not the United States, not just here, the world. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I enjoy this. Is a good show. I hope everybody tunes in. I've been getting some good views. I appreciate that. I'm still trying to get the subscriptions up. So don't forget, if you did like this, leave a comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? And I got things going on. I got my little shoe display up here. You can check me out on social media, check it out. But yeah, because I'm that shoe guy too. Anyway, peace and blessings, and always be a good human. Put humans first. We're on the move.